How do you approach styling Naomi Campbell?
Yeah, it was like a dream come true for me. Yeah. Can't afford a Birkin, so it's my hair.
Welcome back to our next edition of the Style Insider, my favourite piece of content that we do on Luxe. And today I'm joined by Georgia Medley, fashion editor, creative consultant and celebrity stylist. Georgia has styled some of the most incredible names, from Michaela Coel to Venus Williams and even Naomi Campbell.
Yes.
Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks
we
for
are
having me.
So excited to have you and run through all of these mega pieces. As we were unpacking everything, there were stories that were coming out, and
so many stories.
We're so excited. Let's start with the kind of the pillars of your style.
Mm-hmm.
Like, are you more casual? Are you more smart?
I'd say I am that kind of girl that's a mix of everything, but how I dress is I start with statement pieces, or co-ords. So I kind of let that lead, and then I add in basics and layers, and I love different like textures and like strong shoulders and denims. So I kind of let the fabrics lead, and then I intertwine to make my wardrobe more cohesive. So that's how I've developed my style over the years.
Okay, and let's talk like casual, like day to day when you're working. What's your uniform? What are you wearing?
When I'm doing fittings and things like that, because I have to be practical with pins and all of that stuff, I'm on my knees and doing all this when I'm shooting. So denim for me is kind of like the key, or like a blazer and a cargo pant or something like that. So I kind of like to mix the smart with the casual still. So still a bit of my style, but denim really, I have this like denim co-ord at home that's a 7 for Mankind like collab with number 21. And it's an oversized denim shirt that I would wear with like just denim jeans and like flats. And then I've got some like elevated denim pieces here that I love. So my work days look really different from day to day. So I could start out shooting and be like really practical, so I'll be in a denim look, and then I'll need to go to an evening event. So I feel like denim works, especially in the summer, as that cohesive transition of like daytime to nighttime. So some of my elevated denim pieces, I'll show you, for example, here, these jeans that I most recently bought from Vista, Stella McCartney, got them in the sale, 200 quid. So
off camera, we've been talking about like Vista and like the absolute sale hunter that Georgia is, and all the tips that are coming out.
We have the brands, we have the designers, but we pay a fraction of the price.
Love. And how would you style these? What are you wearing them with?
So I actually would do this with like an oversized denim shirt, or I have my lovely Alaya halter neck backless piece that I invested in. So this piece was actually from the collection of the show that I was invited to in the couture season. But yeah, I remember seeing this piece in the collection, and when it came into commercial, I just bought it. So yeah, I would style like this denim. I love a double denim, like I said, I love a co-ord. So this is like a really cute outfit that I would wear on set with like Birkenstocks, and then I'd change it into a heel for like an evening event. I do have some like high street denim pieces from Zara and like Frame that are like a lighter wash, like a 90s wash, and Levi's. But for me, I think the dark denim just, I don't know, there's something about it looking so elevated and just really put together and very chic. So because it is more of a casual look, I think the tones for me are so important, because it just elevates it straight away.
I think when there's like no two-tone in it as well, like it just feels so much smarter.
Yeah, exactly. Like this is another Vista buy.
Sponsored by Vista, love it.
So yeah, I got this I think a couple of summers ago. It's a different way of being smart casual, because I think the fabric is the casual part, but the silhouettes and the shape, this like goes in at the waist, pops out of the shoulder. It's like a little mini pleat, so it's playful, so you can wear it with a heel. And so yeah, that's how I kind of would.
And what's your approach to then like sale shopping and new season? Like when do you wait? When do you know when to invest? When are you sort of thrifting? When are you high street? Do you have any rules around that?
It depends, obviously, budgets, money, that leads. But then at the same time, if I see something on the runway, I'll make note of it, and then I'll know that like that's something that's going to go into store. I kind of will pick up on pieces that buyers will buy, and then eventually I know that that will go into commercial. And then I'll kind of wait it out, unless it's something that I know that like it's within my budget and I can just purchase it. I'll do it straight away. So,
And what about when you're styling? Obviously, like you're exposed to so many amazing products, brands, trends. What makes its way into your wardrobe? What do you say for other people?
So how I would kind of judge it of what would go into my wardrobe and in comparison to what I would dress a client in, I kind of look at the runway looks and see them as full looks. and then kind of envision maybe, you know, if I've got a client that's being styled for a certain press run, or if I've got editorial ideas, I kind of would split those looks that I've seen across the runway into certain trends and build a story or build a narrative that way. And then for me, I can kind of decompartmentalize the pieces for my wardrobe and say, love that jacket. I can pair that with, like, you know, a Zara trouser.
You break it down.
I break it down for myself. So that's kind of how my brain operates.
And how much are you paying attention to, like, the key trends on the runway? Is kind of trend-driven fashion something that's really important to you?
It is, but weirdly enough, I don't know. I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, do I have a sixth sense? Because I wore this white dress to Fashion Trust Arabia recently by Form, and it's this lovely pearly white cloud, like it's just a drop waist. I just loved it. I felt so elegant in it, so beautiful. And then the Pantone of the year colour came out, and it's that cloudy pearly white, and I was just like, so I don't know, it's weird. So I naturally can pick up on trends.
I mean, you obviously have an incredible eye, otherwise you wouldn't be here today.
Weirdly can pick up on trends before things get announced. But again, I do love to follow trend, like, I don't know, I'd say animal prints right now. And I think clashing of textures. I learned how to clash textures and play around with pattern through looking at brands like Dries and Bottega. I'm heavily inspired by those designers as well when it came to how I keep my wardrobe chic, monochromatic, tonal, but then kind of do a pop of colour here and there, you know, like, so I think Bottega and Dries do that really well.
I think you're so right in the textures as well, like, you know, this isn't the most colourful rail, but there's so much kind of tactile, different fabrications, which really brings kind of a simple colour palette really to life.
Exactly, so that's kind of how I, follow the trends.
Who's the designer to watch for 2026?
Oh, good question. Obviously, Louise Trotter at Bottega, like, her start was mega. And I just love also how Matthew Blazy has transitioned what his ethos was to Chanel. 100%. I mean, when I was in the Middle East, the designers over there, there's so much talent, and so, like, there's so many to name. Like, it's just, like, incredible to see. Like, Iman Cocciolato, his pieces are beautiful. They're, like, structured, and he plays around with denim and, like, different fabrics and textures, but keeps the tones up quite monochromatic. And then George Trock, but I think his surname may be Greek. It's like Trocopoulos. Again, he plays around with knitwear. He's so incredible in how he makes these dresses, because he fits the female form so well, and, like, manipulates the fabric and plays around with texture and colour, and it's like, he's incredible. He's another one to watch. There's so many I'm constantly looking and seeing and finding. So yeah, there's too many to name.
I mean, that must be part of the fun of your job.
Exactly.
You know, also, like, you're not so focused on a designer. It's about the product. It's about the craftsmanship. It's about how you're styling it together. Okay, talk us through this set.
So this I found in Bottega in, let's go, Vista. This is my most recent buy. I got this before Christmas, so it's the set. I think this was also like a runway piece. But yeah, I love this. Like I said, I love a co-ord, and I just think this is so great for, like, winter, you know, and to how I would kind of style it is, I got these in the Dover Street Market sale. I hunted for these boots. I saw them and I was like, I absolutely need these in my life. So I went on my lunch break, found them, 200 quid.
What?
I think they were like 290.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Dries.
Yeah, that's a forever shoe, isn't it? Look
So
at heels,
I know.
that's so good.
So I love the burnt orange.
Yeah.
That's the pop of colour, but then you're clashing a print, because it's monochromatic, black and white.
Yeah.
Then it doesn't feel OTT for me, because, like, colour, I like to just place in specific places. And then I've obviously done separates today.
Yeah, these trousers as well. Can you talk us through these trousers, because they're amazing?
So these are another Magda purchase, another sale item, but in Selfridges. I've had these for a while now. I got these maybe, 3 years ago?
So good. They're like that tuxedo style.
Exactly, with the little satin strip.
You know, you mentioned Magda, Bottega. Any other brands that are kind of your go-to that you use?
I love Sport Max. Sport Max is also great for, like, statement pieces. And then I've got my little Sport Max bodysuit blazer here. I'd styled Naomi for the Elle cover March 24. We had a special dinner, and I wore this with, like, some 60 denier tights, a platform heel, and yeah, that was fun.
Mega, what did you style her in?
So she wore Boss. So because she had just done her collab collection, so she wore Boss. So I had to kind of, like, style her in some of those pieces and mix it with like, you know, some runway designers and all of that. So that was a really fun shoot.
Yeah, how do you approach styling Naomi Campbell?
Yeah, I was like, this is quite insane and was like a dream come true for me. So yeah, I remember the fashion cupboard was just chaos. Like I think I slept an hour. Yeah, it was insane. I had my assistants as the fitting models and we were running around and but yeah, it went really well. It was amazing. Yeah, it was really great.
Let's talk knitwear as well. So how do you approach, you know, something like this, which is maybe like, you know, a slightly more like simple, like capsule piece in another person's wardrobe?
So recently I've really loved pops of red. It's just such a great colour, statement colour. It's really chic. I feel it's quite classic too, but this is just a nice little extreme cashmere, simple, cute knit piece. Again, I've worn this with tapered jeans that like because they have the creasing down the middle. They're really smart, so they look like a tailored pant, but they're denim. And then I've styled it with, I think I've got my Acne shoes here. Cute little pop of colour, but then I keep it classic with like a brown croc and then denim. So then I play on like, again, the classics, the uniform. This was when I loved doing the knit knicker and cardigan. So this is our beloved Ray.
Oh, well, you're coming back soon. We'll see
I think
you
you're
soon.
coming back soon. We'll see you soon. You'd see me popping out in like a knit pant and a matching knit jumper.
And what are you wearing that for? Like, you know, what we've obviously seen on the runway day to day. How does that kind of weave into your styling?
If I was in the daytime, I'd usually wear it with a flat shoe, 60 denier tights and an oversized blazer. So then like butt isn't out, you know, the front is a bit playful. And then I would shift into the evening, I'd put a heel on, keep the blazer on.
And I guess there's something in like, it kind of feels a little bit sexy.
Yeah,
you get legs up, but then kind of like, it's knit, so it's kind of cozy.
Exactly.
And, you're sort of like juxtaposing the two.
Exactly. And it was always fun for like fashion parties and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, like,
and has your style evolved over the years, you know, as you kind of work with different clients and different brands?
It has, definitely. I think I started out in the industry from when I was 17, so as I've grown, I've just been finding myself, even with like internal work of like, you know, development and personal development, how much it actually comes through my style. And I think I've been able to shed and strip and play around and mix and match to then step back and then hone in on actually what I love and how I dress and how I want to feel and how I want to present myself into, you know, and to the world and, you know, with my clients and all that I do. So I feel like this really does sum me up. It's tonal, monochromatic, with, you know, elevated evening pieces, texture, fun pieces. You know, I love a sparkle with my Bottega shoes there, animal prints. Yeah, I think it sums me up.
And it is a process. I think that, you know, some people, when they're kind of like in a style, you think that like overnight, you know, I can follow this formula and I have this amazing style. Like you definitely have to go through the notions to see what works, to kind of see what fits.
Exactly.
And also work for your lifestyle as well, so important.
Exactly. And I'm active, so, you know, I'll do walks, I do Pilates, and I remember I rocked up because I had work and I had my leggings on and like my whole like bodysuit gym outfit with an oversized blazer and my Bottega heels, and everyone was like, who comes to Pilates in heels? But then also now I'm like, okay, if I'm doing errands and stuff, I will wear like a nice trainer. So I got these last year. These are the Vinay Carter like Air Max trainers that I love. They're so comfy.
So perfect. Like, and like unworn.
These are great because what I'll do is like tend to like book in a gym class when I've got loads of errands. Then I'll just put on like leggings, a bomber, you know, trainers, white socks, glasses.
I want to talk about these Copernicus as well. They're like staring at me in face.
These, oh my God, I got these. This is when like Copernicus was just like, I think they'd kind of just come through and they were doing all these kind of fun, different pieces. And I saw these and I was like, these are really hilarious. So I'm going to get them. They're
the
really
fluffy
fun.
shoe thing is a vibe, and the fluffy shoe thing in a flip-flop is a whole
the first time I wore them, I actually, they're kind of literally a juxtaposition, aren't they? It's like a flip-flop but furry. The first time I wore them with these trousers, and then I had this like fluffy, strapless JW Anderson top. Yeah, it was quite fun, but yeah.
Let's talk about evening wear then. So how do you approach that? I feel like you don't have a kind of go-to formula for that. It's about the pieces.
I think it's about the pieces, about the vibe, and also depending on what event I'm going to. Like for example, when I was at Fashion Trust Arabia last year, end of last year, I had to think about modesty, you know, to respect where I was going, the country, their values. And then I don't know if it's a fashion week party, I'll see how I feel, if I want to be playful, whether do I want to like, or even just how I feel in my body, do I want to have legs out, do I not? There's so many elements to it. But I would say one of my favourite pieces that I wore this to the Fashion Awards one year, and it's this Anne Demi-Lamisa skirt. And I wore it to, the Fashion Awards with this, like, it's a snood, but it covers your top half, so you kind of have the midriff out. And I love it, again, because the colour, I just love the colour.
Yeah.
That's one of my favourite evening.
Amazing. We missed this beautiful coord actually from earlier. This is incredible.
Yeah, this is one of my favourites. This is an Alaya two-piece set, which I love, the crochet. It really is great and so like beautiful on the figure.
Yeah.
And like, because the way that, you know, Alaya is known for just sculpting the women's body like beautifully.
You can tell even from
yeah,
that,
exactly.
Kind of, like,
it just like
skims.
it sits like really lovely on like the hips, and then it goes in, you know, as like a little mermaid, and then with the crochet bits at the bottom, it just pops out. It was so chic. I love that. I think I wore that to the Serpentine summer party when Venus was hosting. So that was a really nice event.
We've spoken a lot about kind of co-ords and separates. What about dresses?
Yeah.
What's your approach?
But I always think about my body shape and how I feel in my body when it comes to dresses, because I do love like a corset style, because I've got boobs, I've got a bum, I've got thighs, but my waist is small, so I just try to kind of always make sure that the elements that I love are highlighted in some way, but still keeping it quite modest and chic. You know, in the summer, I wore this backless dress from Proenza to Cannes actually, and this, I just love the tie rope at the back. So yeah, it was super elegant with the low back. Again, it shows like my shape at the back, but then, you know, it's super modest at the front. So yeah, that was really cute, and I've got like quite broader shoulders, and I quite like my shoulders, so having those out was like quite nice, and you know, so yeah, it was really beautiful.
Shape is beautiful. Also like amazing, like, you know, it's in a velvet, which I think people automatically think that's a winter thing.
Exactly.
But I guess the shape is so stunning, and if that was like in a satin, you wouldn't even think about it.
No, but yeah, I wore that. I think it was May, and it was really hot. And then this is another black dress, because again, I think you can't have too many black dresses in your wardrobe. This is a lovely one that I got from Jacquemus. I love like a high neck as well, so I think this was really cute. And again, it comes in at the waist and just hugs me perfectly, and I just love the A-line. I think it's so beautiful.
And what's something amazing about that is that it's a very classic shape. You know, if you describe like
honestly,
black high neck A-line dress, you would think, okay, that feels like something like, you know, a little more conservative. But I think the shape on that and like that Jacquemus, like it feels so modern, but you know that is such a timeless item.
Yeah, exactly. And this will just stay in my wardrobe forever. I loved it, and I felt amazing in it.
And what kind of shoes, accessories are you doing with that?
So I wore this, I think I wore these with my backless Paris, Texas like mules. Like I've got these croc little like really high, because I wanted to feel like really lifted in it. And then I had my little clutch bag. I had a Gucci one at the time, but this, if I was to wear it now, I'd wear it with this is actually my design, my collaboration that I've done with Marina Raphael. You can see hints of me in these bags. I love croc, I love snakeskin, the textures, the colors, it's all tonal. Nice. So yeah, you can wear any of these with like, you know, a black dress or whatever, denim, anything, you know. And then let's go to this little number.
This tiny little statement piece.
This little corseted number. This is kind of like the dress that you want everyone to see you in, because I just felt like such a doll and like a cute girl in this like outfit, and I wore it with the matching like Vivienne Westwood, so it's both Vivienne Westwood platforms. And this is the thing, I love a platform, but I'm quite tall, so I don't always wear them, so I feel very, very tall in them, but I kind of just get over that. And
do you not find that incredibly empowering?
Yeah,
and just like, I'm here in this mega outfit, and like I'm owning it.
Exactly, and I just let my long legs do the talking, really. Do you know what I mean? But this was fun. I wore this to a Vogue party with my cousin when we went out, and I felt really great in this.
There's a lot of amazing kind of designer pieces, and I appreciate obviously a lot of them have been, you know, discount savings and on sale. What about the high street or kind of more contemporary brands?
So I keep it very, you know, quite minimal in that area of like COS, Arket, Zara, Massimo. Like I think those are my 4 go-tos. Like I'll get my basics from Zara or like Skims, and I do like bodysuits and t-shirts and things like that. And then COS as well, I get like cargos and things like that from there. Maybe like the odd accessory, like my beanie that I was wearing earlier was from COS. So like I love mixing all of my high street basics with all of these. So that's what brings together
so
all
you
of
say
these statements.
Kind of statement
for
into designer, and then
exactly mixing it in with like all my basic high street pieces. Yeah, those would be like my 4, and maybe the odd weekday. now and again too, because
I just love weekday denim.
Yeah, weekday denim, and also I found even for menswear, like when I had all my menswear clients, my go-to t-shirts for them were the weekday oversized t-shirts. The fabric's so good, the quality is really good, they wash up really well. So weekday still is like really great for like, basics and things like that. So, and then how I would kind of wear my bodysuits and things like that, if I was to style it with a designer piece, like I wore this recently, I think to a Christmas party, and I had like a brown Zara bodysuit on with it, this skirt, and then my Dries like pattern boots.
Fun.
It does work cohesively, but you just have your pops of texture and colour in different places.
Totally.
It's
And
one of my favourites.
talking about kind of textures and accessories and different places, bags as well. You obviously mentioned Marine Raphael collaboration. You've got a couple here as well.
This, I think, I wanted to bring this one because this is actually a Mulberry bag. This is just an example of like the most amazing practical bag because I'm always on the go and I just love it. It's sturdy, it's leather, and even when you put it on your shoulder, even though I just stuff so much in it, it never feels heavy. Like I'm like, what have they done with this? I love it, it's amazing. And then I would even say my beloved Miu Miu, like people have seen that I've had that for years.
Oh my God, that's soft.
Yeah, and it's really soft, and like this is just like so easy to like just wear and mix. One of my favorites. Again, prints, you know, I tend to wear this with like mixing it with pops of red or all black and a pop of red to then clash the colour and clash the print.
I love red and leopard.
I think it's just so cute. Sommelier is so great and I love all their shapes and like styles.
Such a good price point.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Can't afford a Birkin, do it. Do you know what I mean?
And eyewear, I feel like that's a really big part of like your look as well.
These Tom Fords I wear all the time when I've not got eye makeup on, which I don't now, hence why I've got them on. I wear these to work, I wear them all the time. And then my Bottegas are also ones that I wear. And then I'm also loving Jimmy Fairley at the moment. They've got such great different styles of like specs and the price point's really good. Jimmy Fairley's really great.
Eyewear is becoming more of, I don't want to say trend, but it's kind of an extension of your accessory collection now. It really is. And I don't think it's shameful that if you don't need glasses, you can't wear them. I know. So it's a nice thing to do.
And then again, Tom Ford ski kind of vibes. But yeah, I love sunglasses and I love specs, and they have just become a part of like my wardrobe, not just for holiday but for literally every day.
And I think it is those accessories, and it is the cliche, but they do kind of finally pull the look together.
Yeah, they
and
do.
it,
especially when you're knackered or tired and all of that, you know, it's like I'll just pop a glasses on and I look presentable.
Well, thank you so much. This has been incredible.
Thank you.
You are full of so much kind of insight and inspiration, and I'm sure our followers will have just loved watching that. So thank you so much for sharing your wardrobe and your tips. And if you enjoyed that, please do like and subscribe for more content like this on our channel.